Bashar, thank you for being here.
Good day.
Good evening. Good day. First time question for you, talking about vibrations.
Vibrations.
I've recently been in a situation where I felt disappointment in a relationship.
Disappointment in relationship.
And
I wish you could all hear how that concept translates on our side. It is almost an impossible statement.
So my question is...
You are always in relationship, and it is really impossible to disappoint yourself from it. Continue.
It's about shifting my vibration is the question, how to shift my vibration so I'm not in disappointment with it. That's where I feel
It is easy
really
to
stuck.
shift your vibration. When you want to, you will. You don't want to. What do you mean I don't want to? Yes, I do. No, you don't. What do you mean? This is what I mean. Each and every one of you, everything you do, everything you experience, you choose to experience on some level. You all have definitions within you that allow you to determine that what you're experiencing is serving you somehow. When you don't believe, when you don't have a definition that what you're experiencing is serving you, you will not do it. You won't feel it. You won't experience it. Trust me, you won't. Because none of you chooses anything but what you believe is the least painful of your choices. So when you experience the idea of what you call disappointment, it is because you have been taught to buy into a definition that may be within your personality unconsciously, a definition that says that reaction is what will get you something. Sympathy, an excuse to not necessarily see yourself in the way you don't want to. I'm not saying this exactly to you, but you get the point in general.
Yes.
The idea is to look at your definition about what you're getting out of feeling the disappointment. Because somehow you believe it's serving you. When it no longer serves you, you will never feel it again. But as long as you believe that it is the most likely thing that will get you what you think you want, it may not be the thing that will get you what you want, but when you believe it is, you will continue to feel that way. Because all feelings are secondary responses to something you believe to be true. You cannot have a feeling without the belief first. So the feeling of disappointment somehow means that you need to feel that in order to feel somehow equitable with the situation, or get something out of it that you feel you didn't get out of it any other way. Or get some kind of support for what you're going through in another way than you believe is possible. Is this making some sense?
Yes. I would like to shift this belief. That's my question is, how do I do that?
I just told you. I'll say it again. I understand that sometimes what is not clear to all of you is that when you recognize why you're doing it, you've already shifted, and no additional process is necessary. All you have to do is realize that you're choosing it for a reason. And when you stop and realize you're choosing it for a reason and no longer buy into that reason, it's gone. There is nothing additional you have to do to change it. It's gone. If it's not gone, you're still buying into the reason of how the idea of being disappointed serves you. So, if you want to explore that, I ask you, how does being disappointed serve you? What do you get out of it by choosing that experience? I'm not invalidating it. You can be disappointed if you want to be. I'm not attempting to take the feeling away from you or tell you that you shouldn't feel it. I am simply asking you, what is it you're getting out of having that feeling? How does it serve you to be disappointed? Can you come up with something?
The first thing that comes up is familiarity. It feels familiar.
All right. Okay. You see, this is a good example. And in many ways you have, as you say, hit the proverbial nail on the head for many of you. Because to many of you, change is fearful. And even though familiarity may be excruciatingly painful, this tells you exactly how afraid you are of change if that kind of pain is more familiar and more desirable than making a change. It tells you how painful you think or believe the change will be. Not that it will be, but if you define the change as being more painful than the familiar pain, you will choose the familiar pain. Because you always choose in the direction of the least painful or the most joyful. Do you follow? That's your motivation. It's your sole motivation. It's the only motivation all of you have. You always move away from the direction you perceive to be most painful. You always move toward the direction you perceive to be most joyful. But notice I said perceive to be. Doesn't mean that it is, but if you perceive it to be, you will choose that thing. You follow?
Yes, thank you.
If you let yourself know that it's only a matter of how you define it, and not that the thing itself is actually intrinsically painful, then you will have no reason not to choose what you prefer. Because as soon as you change your definition, all of you being perfectly motivated will be motivated to move in the direction of whatever you have now defined as being less painful and more joyful. And you will move in that direction and you will behave accordingly. And nothing will stop you. And there will be no needed long process in order to make a change. Do you follow?
Yes, thank you.
Is this helping you?
It is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You. Female, then you. Stop. Male. Number 2. Yes, number 1.
Oh, me? Bashar?
Yes.
We're trying to figure out.
Oh, well, go ahead. Take your time. All right, she's 1 and you're 2.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Good
This
day.
is